Some cars try to be practical, some cars try to be luxurious, and some cars try to completely redefine what people expect from a brand. This is the all-new Jaecoo 8 2026. A plug-in hybrid SUV with over 400 horsepower, with technology aimed straight at the premium segment. On paper, this sounds like a serious competitor, but numbers are easy. The real question is, does it actually feel premium? Jaecoo is part of Chery, one of the biggest car manufacturers in China. And the G8 is actually the biggest and most luxurious model. This thing is almost 5 meters long, almost 2 meters wide. This thing has very serious stance on the road. And unlike Chinese cars from a few years ago, this isn't anymore a copy of some random car. This thing is a serious attempt at a serious and premium SUV from China. This car has really massive grille. I mean, look at this. We have really sharp headlights. The daytime running lights are really like angry-ish, I have to say. Below those, we have full LED high beam headlights and even full LED blinker. We have a park distance control. Here is your radar guided cruise control and really massive grille. I really like it. And one of your 360 view parking cameras. We have 20-inch multi-spoke chrome wheels. Wrapped around those, we have a Continental Eco Contact 7. Behind those beautiful rims, there is a 2-piston brake caliper at the front, single piston at the rear. We got really nice chrome details, flush door handles, really nice body lines. I mean, those black out roof goes really nice over here. You have this little like raised hip, which looks pretty nice. Let's listen quietly to the build quality and door shutting sound. Sounds quite decent. The rear door sounds also pretty decent. Over here, charge port, not so flimsy actually, quite sturdy one. Sounds also pretty decent. And look at the rear. I think this is where the design is really, but really luxurious. I mean, you have this really white LED strip, which is also daytime running light. Here are your rear lights. Below those is your blinker. Just a bit Jaecoo 8 badge. All-wheel drive, so you know you have the all-wheel drive model. PHEV badge. And over here, that's a camera for your rear view of the 360-degree parking. Park distance control. And shout out to the car wow, the exhaust test. I mean, it's fake. And even over here, the real exhaust is below there. Under the hood, things get really interesting. We got nice hood struts. Over here, you can find a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder called Actico H4J15. This engine produces on its own 156 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. This thing is all about efficiency. Chery claims this thing gets a thermal efficiency of 44%, which is actually the highest in the engine industry. We already said this thing is a plug-in hybrid, so the engine is just a part of the story. We have 3 electric engines, one starter generator. The second one is connected to the front axle and the third one is at the back connected to the rear axle. Together, they produce 428 horsepower and 560 Nm of torque, which is actually quite a bit for such a big car, I have to say. It runs on Miller cycle only. Some things you can find under the hood are washer fluid. This is coolant for your inverter converter, never touch it. Coolant over here for your radiator. No oil dipstick. Inverter converter assembly, ECU, some fuses, brake fluid. And how does the power go to the wheels? We have a dedicated hybrid transmission. That's how Jaecoo it calls. Actually, it's a 3-speed transmission. I have actually no idea how it works because I could not find it anywhere in the technical information. The battery is huge for a plug-in hybrid. We have under the floor 34.4 kilowatt hours CATL LFP battery, which is really actually an entry-level EV car size. LFP is the latest technology of the car batteries. And how can you charge it? On a regular C-plug, it can even fast charge up to 40 kilowatts. That is actually quite nice. Welcome inside the Jaecoo 8. You get actually immediately treated by pretty premium interior. Let's start at the front. Over here we have a heated steering wheel, which is eco leather wrapped. Over here are your buttons, which are physical, I have to say, for your radar guided cruise control. Over here for your media. Behind this eyesight monitoring system. And right over here, we have two 12.3-inch infotainment screen. We have a wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Right over here. The HVAC system is in the screen, the vents, AC. The seats are heated, ventilated, and massaging. I have to say the infotainment experience, I mean, it's quite fluid, I have to say, but it's not really intuitive. Sometimes you have to go through lots of menus. If you want to turn off your driving assistance, they've done this really nice. You just swipe down from here and then you can just turn everything on or off, do stuff like that. So that's done pretty nice, but connection to the CarPlay is quite decent, but sometimes you see some stutter or some processing power lag, but I don't think this has a lack of processing power because behind those screens is a Snapdragon processor, so that's quite powerful. I think with just a little software update, you can fix it really well. Below those screens, you have like Mercedes style vents, which feel really premium. This really big floating console has a wireless charger over here, which is also ventilated. A nice pad for your phone right over there. You got your cup holders and they fit your dopper quite nicely. Behind the cup holders you have this control panel, drive mode selector, which feels actually really nice, volume button, which feels also quite nice, hazard lights, and those four, you would think buttons, but actually they don't do nothing. They're just indicating which is on, your EV mode or your HEV mode, hybrid mode. And below this floating console you have tons of space actually, so to put your phone, maybe even the key right over here, and you have two USB charging ports right over here. And if you press this button, you get really big armrest cubby, which is also cooled, which is really nice. Over here we have the passenger seat, which has really nice cushioning. The eco leather feels really nice. The perforation is even really high quality, and even the stitching over here is really like European level of quality of cars. They are quite stiff. Near to the sit bone area, they're pretty soft. And for your back, they feel really nicely and postured. They keep you really well in the car, I have to say that. And something really special, the driver's seat has two speakers, so you can do some kind of private phone calls. And let's talk about the sound system. This car is equipped with the optional Sony 14 speaker system. Let's count them. Door woofer, tweeter, mid-range, tweeter, door woofer, tweeter, door woofer, tweeter, door woofer. And in the tailgate you got two speakers right over here and subwoofer below my butt, so you can sit right over here and enjoy some really nice music. Charging cable, actually nice parcel shelf, so you can cover your luggage. But the space, you can get this even as an optional 7-seater. Then with all rows up you get 200 liters of luggage space. In this configuration you get 758 liters of space, and if you fall all those seats down, you get 2000 liters of luggage space, which is actually quite big. Press of a button, you will shut the door. I have now hopped in the back seat of the Jaecoo 8, and as you can see, I mean, I have tons of space. I am 1 meter 81 centimeters long, tons of head space, tons of knee space. I have really nice armrest over here with nice cup holders. These will fit your dopper actually as well quite nicely. I have heated and also ventilated seats in 3 stages, which is really nice. I have my own climate system right over here. Here's our 2 vents. Below those is a USB-A and USB-C charging port for all your devices. Nice pockets. They will fit your old iPhone really nicely. Over here as well, just a little vent. I see right better on that side. And the windows go all the way down, which is really nice, so you can wave to your grandma like this. And the key fob feels really premium with a really nice weight to it because it has some metal on side. Let's take this 2.2 tons SUV for a good ride. Let's first talk about the NVH of this car. We have a luxurious SUV actually, so the NVH is really good, I have to say. You have double laminated glass and it makes it really nice and pretty silent inside. Even the engine, if it's running, it doesn't make like tons of sound, even if you push it really hard. And this makes even really nice sound system wise. We have tested all of our tracks inside and we give it actually a C. C+, it barely would squeeze into the B tier, but it lacks a little bit of power. I mean, we have tested our test tracks like usual, and we have cranked them almost to the maximum, and in my ears it could have slightly bit more power. And there's only a 3-band equalizer, so a seat here. Driver ergonomics are actually quite nice. If you want to turn off all of your assistants, you just swipe down on the screen. You can turn everything off like this. Button wise, you have really nice buttons for your windows, for your seats right over here. Even down here you have a button for your trunk and for your fuel cap. Because it's a hybrid, all those fuel caps are actually with the button, so that's what it is. The blinker stock, you can hear it, has pretty loud sound, but feels really nicely. And the buttons on the steering wheel, they look capacitive, but they are real buttons and they feel also really, really nice. Seating wise, you have a commanding driving view because you sit really high up, you can see your big bonnet, you see quite a good around you, the blind spots are not huge, but still you have blind spot monitoring, so the side mirrors are quite big, so you can see quite enough around you. And that is actually, the rear seat has a middle headrest and blocks actually quite a bit of your view in the mirror. This mirror is not digital, a little upgrade, Jaecoo, give us a digital mirror. Talk about the suspension. We have the MacPherson strut at the front with a massive stabilizer bar, and we have multi-link at the rear, and connected to the suspension is continuously adaptive dampers. So they are continuously like seeing the road and trying to managing the body roll. If you go in a normal mode over some speed bumps, the car just wobbles like quite a bit. I mean, you experience that speed bump like 3-4 times, and that's not actually that good. It would be really nice if it just took it, really compliant, hop once into the compression, up and steady again. Just a little improvement on the chassis dynamics and some suspension, then it will be really nice. And how is actually the turning radius of the Jaecoo? Now I have to say it's a massive car. I expect massive turning radius. We will just demonstrate it right over here. For such a car it turns actually quite well. So you can manage it into city. So in the city driving it does also quite well because of that hybrid system. About the hybrid system, when fully charged up, will do roughly, dependent on the weather, like 120 kilometers of range. And if you top off your battery and even your fuel, Jaecoo promises up to 1000 kilometers of range, which is really nice. Let's talk about the drive modes. We have eco mode for your daily use actually. Car doesn't feel sluggish, but it doesn't also feel really fast or engaging, but it's good for your fuel economy. If you turn it, you get the normal mode, so for a normal day-to-day driving. Turn it one more, you get the sport mode, and you immediately see the car just jerks forward. And I have not touched the gas, so that's just a trail mapping, which changes. Snow mode, because then you can drive in a slippery surface into snow. The traction control also gives you a little bit more wheel spin, and it manages the traction really nicely. Sand mode, if you go maybe to some dunes or something like that, you can just mash it around. Off-road, so you can have most control over your throttle actually. Cherry actually also works together with JLR, which stands for Jaguar Land Rover. So the off-road DNA of this car could be actually pretty nice. How do you use the cruise control? Now just press the button right over here and it follows the lane. You also have lane keep assist in this car. The adaptive cruise control works quite well. It follows the car really nicely in front of you. If you just press it like this, you can use it as a speed limiter and you can set like 60. If you just press it again, adaptive cruise control. Just a speed limiter or adaptive cruise control, not your regular cruise control. And we have to talk about the reverse camera. I have to say the resolution can be slightly better. I mean, the 360 degrees looks very nice. These lines of your wheels are also amazing. I mean, look at this. If we are driving backwards, nobody behind us, you can do it like this, which is really nice. You even have 360 degree. You can just watch around your car, which is also pretty nice, I have to say. But it's a little bit choppy, but it does the trick. There was a full drive. And where does the Jaecoo 8 actually fit in? Because this car is straightly competing with cars like a Volkswagen Tayron, Mercedes GLB or Hyundai Santa Fe. In my opinion, actually, it fits right between the Mercedes GLB and the Volkswagen Tayron. If you want to have something really premium, luxurious feeling, but you not want to pay like 100 grand for a GLB, this is a really nice option. This was our full review. I really enjoyed it. It's a really great car, and actually it really surprised me. So massive thanks to Dekker Car Group for lending us this car. They are the go-to dealer if you want to buy a brand new Jaecoo, a Moda or a Ford in the Netherlands, in North Holland. So big thanks to them. Like and subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comments, what do you think of the Jaecoo 8? We will see you on the next one. Ciao!